beers. Bloody brilliant
Beers.
Bloody Brilliant Sport.
Hello and welcome to the Bloody Brilliant Beers podcast, brought to you by Bluebet.
That's Klutz. I'm Das. We're Bloody Brilliant Beers. We started off reviewing craft beers on Facebook, and now we bring you the conversations that you'd more than likely hear from the front bar at your local. And we're coming to you, as always, from our local,
The Caxton Hotel,
the mighty Caxton Hotel.
where it seems like we've actually been living for the last 2 to 3 weeks.
It's been a very busy week. If you're listening to this on the day it's coming out, you'll know that it's the eve of Magic Round. So we've had a lot in the works. It's going to be a big weekend, but we're fucking keen as.
It is. And look, we've been working nice and hard, and I think to reward ourselves, we need to do what we always do and just get a bloke down our throat.
Let's do it, mate. Shout out to Kempy from Bloke in a Bar, the best lager in all of the land. Sponsor of this week's show. If you want to grab a bloke, go to blokeinabar.com and put your postcode into the store locator, and that's where you can find it.
It's as simple as that.
It is. There's going to be plenty of blokes flowing this weekend at Magic Round, so make sure you come and say g'day if you're here. This is our sports show. If you're looking for a breakdown of stats and an in-depth analysis, then as always,
We ask you to kindly fuck off.
kindly fuck off. You're not going to get it here. We're pretty much just going to talk shit about all things sport for the next half an hour or
That's
so.
it. It's, as Dar said, we are on the eve of Magic Round if you're listening on the day this comes out. So there's a lot of sport tingling in the nether regions of a lot of people in southeast Queensland and the nation, I would say. So
Correct. We obviously love rugby league.
We do.
We'll kick off with some rugby league stuff. I know that our sort of motto here, Josh, is, we're not stats guys,
Yep.
but I read something during the week that was pretty interesting.
Okay.
It took Api Coruscant 8 weeks to get his first win as a Tiger,
Wow.
as a West Tiger.
Yep.
So round 8, they did have a bye, so that didn't count. They obviously got the 2 points, but
Yep.
7 losses. So 8 weeks he went without a win in the NRL. Mm-hmm. Would it shock you? That's for this year, obviously. He's for people who don't know, he's come across from the Penrith Panthers, a rival club.
Penrith Panthers.
Penrith Panthers, a rival club who have just been killing it, back-to-back premiers. Like they're just,
Yep.
been a class above the last couple of seasons. So would it shock you to know that throughout his entire Penrith career, 2020, 2021, 2022,
Yep.
Api Coruscant only had 8 losses?
That is insane.
That is insane, right?
That's crazy. That just shows how good Penrith have been.
2020, shortened season, there was only 20 games.
Yep.
1 loss.
Fuck.
Oh, this is obviously regular season, sorry, not including
Was that in the grand
finals
final?
football. Could have been.
okay.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
this was all regular season. 3 losses in 2021 and 4 in 2022. So 8 weeks without a win in his 3-year tenure at Penrith.
Yep.
Took him 8 weeks to get his first win as a West Tiger
That's crazy.
over Penrith, which is a massive feat.
Yeah, massive.
But not really what I'm getting at. So it became apparent to me that Api basically broke his dry spell.
Yeah.
And battlers like you and I, we go through dry spells all the time.
Fucking oath.
And it's trying times. There's not a lot you can do. But I dug a bit deeper this week
Yep.
and looked into how did he do it. So I put together some research, and obviously I've used quite a trusted source, Woman's Day online.
Yeah, right.
Is where I got all this from. So they actually listed out a few things you can do to break a dry spell, and I think it's quite crazy how similar this is to Api Coruscant's season.
Yeah, okay.
So the first point from Woman's Day: don't jump to the main event. Foreplay will put you both in the mood for sex, but more importantly, create that emotional connection that has been missing. Now,
Sex is rugby league.
sex is rugby league.
Okay.
Sex is winning rugby league games.
Yep.
The previous 2 games that the West Tigers had leading into their win against Penrith, 4-point loss to Manly,
Yep.
by 6-point loss to the Eels.
Yeah,
Very
right.
close.
Very close. So we're sort of like, we're fluffing up a bit.
We are fluffing up a bit, priming ourselves.
Yep.
They've got themselves the 2 points with the bye, although not really a win. Like, it doesn't count.
Yep.
But they've got the result, the 2 points on the
Yep.
board. There's 3 weeks worth of foreplay that led into that win,
Yeah,
which
there
is
is.
massive.
It's like they got the Austin Powers penis pump.
Exactly, and
just
just
started
pumped away
puffing peep,
for 3
yeah.
weeks. Step number 2, just relax. You might be nervous connecting with your long-time partner because it's been a long time, but sex doesn't have to be perfect, and it can be messy. Now, I don't know if you saw the game on, I think it was Sunday.
Oh, I think it was Saturday, bro.
Could have been Saturday.
I
It
think
was a long weekend. It was confusing.
Torrential rain.
Torrential rain, bro. Torrential rain.
Yep.
Pissing down with rain. Definitely not a perfect win. They
Yep.
grounded out, completed their sets, kicked well, messy win, got it done.
You could say the rain, though, in a way, like it set up lubrication, which
Yeah,
is
we'll get to that.
we
We will
okay.
get to
I'm
that.
sorry.
But I think that's just what happened. You know, the boys were relaxed.
Yep.
Wasn't a messy. Sorry, it was a messy win.
Yep.
But they just did what they needed to do and got it done. Stay calm.
That's good.
Step number 3 from Women's Day. Literally pour water over the dry spell. Have a shower. I think that doesn't really need any more explanation. As we said, it was fucking pissing down.
I think it was the most amount of rain that I've seen in a professional sports game
Yeah.
ever.
So do we think it's weird that they broke a dry spell when it was fucking absolutely pissing down with rain? Probably not.
No.
Yeah. Bound to happen. Number 4. Have a solo session.
Yeah, right.
Rub one out. Get it done.
Yeah.
Bye week.
Oh my God.
Bye week. They didn't play a game.
Holy
They had a week
shit.
at home by themselves.
That is ridiculous.
I mean,
It's written in the stars,
It's written in the
dude. It's
stars.
written in Women's Day.
the 5th and final point.
Yep.
Hit the road. Nothing spices up your sex life like travel. Guess where they played?
They played it.
It wasn't
Bathurst.
Leichhardt Oval. It was Bathurst.
Oh my God.
It wasn't a home game. Well, obviously it was a home game for someone, but it wasn't at
Yeah.
Leichhardt Oval, their home stadium.
It's not what they're familiar with.
Yeah. So, foreplay, relaxing, pouring water on it, having a solo sesh, hitting the road, all led to Appy Coruscant breaking his dry spell.
Fuck,
There's
that's
so
awesome.
many connections between Women's Day and the modern NRL game.
Yeah.
Got me thinking, can we lean on this for, you know, an edge this weekend in our tipping comp here at the Caxton Hotel?
Oh, fuck. We might have to. What are you thinking?
Well, Tigers have St. George Dragons Sunday, the
Yep.
game. And I personally think that the floodgates have opened now. They've beaten Penrith, like arguably
Yep.
the best team in the comp, arguably because it's the Broncos. But, you know, now they've experienced the winning feeling, they'll be like rabbits on the weekend. And here's the reasons why I think that's the case.
Okay.
Foreplay. Number 1.
Yep.
The atmosphere of Magic Round is fucking incredible. We can attest to that. Last
yeah,
year,
it is dead set electric.
if you talk about getting primed, like being in and around Suncorp Stadium in the Magic Round weekend is enough to fucking make anyone complete their sets, basically.
Yeah.
Their game's on Sunday. So they're going to be foreplaying from Friday night. I'm assuming they might already be in Brisbane. Who knows?
Yep.
But, you know, someone like the Broncos don't have the ability to...
No, they've got to get it out of the way straight away.
Exactly.
There's no build
lead
up
in.
to the
It's just a
climax
quickie.
that
It's a
is
quickie.
the Sunday Rugby League
Magic
game.
Round's over before it started for the
Yeah,
Broncos.
fuck.
So I think the Tigers are going to be foreplaying all weekend.
Yep.
Number 2, relax. They know that they can win. They've got the win on the board.
Yep.
Monkeys off the back. They've beaten Penrith, the reigning premiers, 2 years in a row. They've got St. George out of form, I would say.
Yep.
Definitely not like a top team. Just chill out. They know it works.
Yep.
Number 3, solo session. Now, Magic Round, for those who don't know, is being played up here in Brisbane. Every game's at Suncorp Stadium.
All 8 games of rugby league.
All 8
in
games of
Suncorp.
rugby league. So none of the Tigers players are from Brisbane. They're not.
No.
They'll all be in the team hotel.
Yep.
Do you think they'll be sharing rooms? I don't think so. They'll all be
I
away
don't
from
know.
their loved ones and their families.
Yep.
What do you think they'll be doing the night before the game?
Oh, having a tug.
Solo sessions.
Solo sessions.
Solo sessions the night before the
Solo
game.
sessions.
Now, you could obviously argue that that's the same for St. George, not a home game. But what do people call the St. George Illawarra Dragons? The retirement home of the Brisbane Broncos.
Oh.
How many of them have lived in Brisbane before?
So
Who
many.
will be staying with
and
family?
they've got a coach who used to, oh my God.
Yep.
It's a
It's a home
reunion.
away from home.
It's a holiday for them.
Exactly.
Oh,
No solo sessions.
no solo session. We all know we get a little bit too relaxed when we're on holiday as well. And familiarity, you're not going to root in your parents'
That's it.
room, you know?
And that leads into the 4th point, which is the road trip. Obviously, Bathurst worked for the Tigers. They're up here in Brisbane this weekend, another neutral ground. But as we just stated, Dragons, Broncos home away from home.
Yeah.
So basically, if I'm reading into Women's Day as much as I have been this week, I'm tipping the Tigers to beat the Dragons on Sunday.
Dude,
And
I actually can't argue with your
Yeah,
logic.
no, neither can I.
So what you're saying, I think, is we need to buy the Women's Day every week and start to sift through it, and that is how we now do our tips.
Almost like
and our
a
betting.
horoscope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Except instead of written in the stars,
Yeah,
it's
except-
written in Women's Day.
This shit's actually legit.
It actually is legit. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's published on their website, so that's how you know it's legit.
I'm all for it.
I'm all for it as well. If there's anyone out there who's, wants to break a dry spell, try these simple steps and let us know how you go.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear about how you went about your work and if it worked.
I know a lot of people that are on a dry spell right now.
Yeah.
And please help.
Reach out.
Help.
One thing I didn't check was actually the forecast for this weekend. If it's raining on Sunday, absolutely
Do you
put
want
the,
me to have a really
fucking,
quick little...
put the house on the Tigers.
It's sunny all week. Or Sunday, cloudy,
Cloudy.
chance of rain.
There you go. All signs point to a West Tigers win.
Fuck. Lubed up Tigers.
Looped up Tigers.
Rugby league
Appy's
victories.
broken the dry spell and the floodgates have opened. Tigers probably win the comp from here.
Fucking hell.
As long as they don't play too many games at Leichhardt.
That's it. Yeah.
Shout out to Women's Dame. Now, the second thing I wanted to chat about, obviously, we are pretty one-eyed Queenslanders. And if you're new to the show, prepare yourself for that. We fucking love Queensland. We hate New South Wales.
Yep.
Can't change our mind. Queensland's the best. We're in the best pub in the best state. That's all we'll say about it.
It's as simple as that.
That it is as simple as that.
Yep.
Now, growing up a Queenslander loving rugby league, you watch Origin, obviously. It's the pinnacle of the season. Grand final's great, but your team's hardly ever in it.
Origin to Queensland means more than any fucking rugby league
Anything.
team win.
Yep, 100%.
You know what I mean? Queensland means more than a national win to me.
Yep, 100%.
Which is,
It
some people
doesn't
would
re-
say fuck to say.
Doesn't really make sense. Like if you're listening from overseas, our state comp means more to us than international.
Then our international, yeah.
Which is crazy. But, you know, that's just how it is. You wouldn't get it unless you grew up in Queensland. But, yeah, growing up, you sort of just learn to hate New South Welshmen, right?
Yep.
And for no real reason other than the fact that they wear blue. And I guess they cause heartbreak occasionally.
Yeah, but they're just born in the wrong place.
Like a perfect example when I was thinking about this sort of topic was Nathan Cleary, right? You can't argue he's a fucking gun. Like potentially best player in the whole comp.
But fuck him.
I fucking hate him so much.
I hate him purely because of the New South Wales factor.
Exactly right.
It's like what you said, man. Like over here in Queensland, we are literally brought up to just hate
Yep.
everything about the place.
Yep.
Which is why I don't understand why so many people move down there.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
Wake
But
up.
Literally, I was saying, so obviously I'm a Melbourne Storm supporter.
Yeah.
There's a fair few boys that have played for New South Wales from that team.
Yeah.
I used to love a lot of them.
Yep.
Used to be a massive Addo Carr fan.
Yep.
Started playing for New South Wales. Like, fuck this guy.
Yep.
Like,
It is tough when they play for your club team. Adam Reynolds at the moment for the Broncos is carving up. Like,
Yeah, but it's so good. But in that respect, he hasn't played.
yeah, I know what you
like,
mean.
You know what I mean?
Not the season that he's carving up for the Bronx. He's not
Yeah.
going to put a Blues jumper on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I know. It'd be
Whereas
like if
Addo
Stags.
Carr's breaking try scoring records for Melbourne.
Yeah.
But he's also scoring so many tries for New
And
South Wales.
them winning the
Like,
series
you're a
and stuff.
Fucking dog. And
Yeah,
you actually
yeah,
made me
yeah.
so upset.
Now, occasionally, that just sort of paints a picture of how we feel about those sorts of guys.
Yeah.
And again, it's nothing personal towards them. It's just because they wear the wrong colour jersey, basically.
it.
But occasionally, a player comes along and sort of breaks that mold for me.
Yeah.
Not just in rugby league; it's in all sport, I think. But
Yeah.
I thought this was an important example to call out throughout the week. Now, last week the Cowboys played the Sharks.
Correct.
And I'm not sure if they played for a trophy, but for those who don't know, Paul Green, who used to be the Cowboys coach, he coached Queensland in Origin in 2021. He also played for, I think, the Bronx, the Sharks and the Cowboys, obviously, and I think
Yep.
he also played for the Roosters
Yeah.
back in the day. He tragically took his own life late last year, and those two clubs sort of paid homage to him on the weekend. And I think his kids led the Sharks out onto the field for the game.
The daughter led the Sharks out and the son led the Cowboys out.
Okay,
Yeah.
right.
It's pretty cool.
I saw a video during the week of Nico Hines, who is potentially going to be the New South Wales number 6 this year.
Yeah.
And he plays for the Cronulla Sharks. He was awarded man of the match for that game and awarded the first ever Paul Green medal, which is fucking
Which is massive.
sick. I saw him
Awesome.
talking about it and he said it's such an honor. Like he can't believe he's won it and he's going to be the first person to win it ever.
Yeah.
Now, in the video that I saw of him being awarded the medal, Paul Green's kids are in the Sharks sheds after the game and he takes off his team jersey that he's worn on the field and his jersey and his medal and turns around and presents it to the kids. And it's like, fuck.
That's awesome.
He's like just seeing how happy they were for the game and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, that is so sick. Like players like that break the
Mate,
mold.
he
Like,
is the poster boy of the NRL. Like,
But
he's
like-
just a good guy.
he screams New South Wales,
Yeah.
Sharks, carves up like
Yeah.
Cleary does. Like we should hate him with a passion.
And it's fucked because he came out in the media and said that he hates
Queensland.
Queensland.
I know. But blokes like that, I'm just like, I can't hate you, dude.
It's
like,
so
you
hard.
can't-
What has he done wrong except for being born on the wrong
Exactly,
side of a
exactly.
fault line?
I got mates who are from New South Wales. Like
Yeah.
I hate him 3 times a year, but
Yeah.
and if he plays New South Wales, I'm still going to hope that he gets absolutely crunched.
Yeah.
But players like that, I think, break the mold, and
Yeah.
they're just hard to hate. So I have a list of players, not just in rugby league, but a few in rugby league and a few in other sports,
Okay.
who are sort of the same. They should be the enemy,
Yep.
but as a Queenslander, I actually love these people.
Yep.
The first one, which I reckon I'm going to get so much hate for it, probably even from you,
Paul Gallen.
Paul Gallen.
Yeah, he's a fucking grub.
Paul Gallen.
You know what though? I have respect for him now that he's out of the game, like playing.
Yep.
I love his media persona.
Yeah.
He's really good at analysing, and he's actually not as one-sided as I thought.
Yeah.
And the more I think about it, the more that I mature as the person I am, I just think, fuck, maybe you were told to be a cunt.
Yeah, 100%.
Like maybe like they had nothing, but he had to be that, so
Yeah.
that
They needed
they had
that.
something to
Yeah.
support.
Latch onto.
Yeah. Like
And
his
they probably
passion-
think that about a lot of Queenslanders that we don't
Yeah.
think are grubs, but that, like the people probably
Cam
think Cam.
Smith-
Exactly. Yeah.
Look
exactly.
at that. We already know
Yeah.
who they think.
We don't think
straight
Cam
away.
Smith's a grub, but there's, I guarantee you anyone from New South Wales out there listening probably does. The thing that got Paul Gallen over the line for me was he played in the era where Queensland won 8 straight Origins.
Yep.
He played every fucking Origin series.
Yep.
He was arguably the best forward in the competition. He turned up every year and just got beaten. He was playing for
Yeah.
the Sharks, same thing. They were going through a bad patch. Like,
I know we're not statistical people, but I'm pretty sure he has a negative winning record in
Yeah.
over 300 NRL games.
yeah.
I believe it's like
Which
48
is
or
shocking.
49% win rate.
Yeah, which is shocking.
So fucked over such a long career. It might have been like, I think it was like 15 years almost.
So for me, being able to turn up like he did in losing sides and still be that good, like he'd still get the ball and he'd be like, fuck, someone tackle this bloke. Like he's a gun.
Yeah.
And seeing him win the premiership for the Sharks then was pretty cool as well. You could see how much it meant to him. So for me, I have respect for Paul Gallen.
Yeah.
Jake Trbojevic, another one like Hines. You can't hate him. You
Yeah.
can't hate him. Like just a nice guy. Again, great footy player, but can't hate him.
Yeah.
Willie Mason, potentially a shocking take again.
Yeah. I don't mind Willie.
The thing that got me across the line for Mace was hearing him talk about playing against Queensland at
Yeah.
Suncorp.
Yeah.
And you hear most people talk about Origin like, oh, fucking New South Wales is best, blah, 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 blah. He's like, it fucking sucks. Going to the cauldron and everyone's throwing rum cans at you
Yeah.
and they make you stand out there in the cold and watch highlights of the 8 straight. Like,
Yeah.
he's like, it's
And just
fucking
getting
horrible.
smashed,
And I was
yeah.
like, as a Queenslander, like, fuck yeah, I respect that. Like,
Yeah.
suck shit.
Yeah. That would be a horrible experience for you.
Yeah, I'm
but for
glad it was
us, it's
horrible.
like, fuck yes.
But just hearing that side of it, like you never hear that side of it from New South Welshmen.
What I respect about Mace is he is no nonsense. He's straight down the line.
Yeah,
and
100%.
if he's beaten or whatever, he just seems to admit it. He's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, like I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Like, and that's it.
That's it. Yeah, move
Which is
on.
good.
Yeah,
I respect that a lot.
yeah, big time. And then outside of the NRL world, cricketers
Yeah.
was my next logical thing.
Yeah.
Dan Vittori. I think we've
Had
spoken
him
about
down as well,
I think
bro.
we've spoken about him before, and it could potentially be because of his involvement with the Brisbane Heat.
But he just like the glasses and he's just a funny
nice
dude.
guy. Also very good, like a very,
Very
good
good.
cricketer.
By
Which-
all reports, I think we've said it before, but his change room antics and just him in general, he is just the life of the party, a
Yeah.
lot of fun, just a good dude.
Yeah. And that also ties in well with the last few that I had, all cricketers. And I think these guys all in a league of their own with just like skill.
Mm-hmm.
And now that we're a little bit older and they've retired, you look back and you're like, fuck,
You
we're lucky
appreciate
to
it.
see those guys play. Graham Smith from South Africa.
Oh, freak.
Jarks Callis.
Yep.
Freak of nature. Sachin Tendulkar. Brian Lara.
Enough said. Fuck.
Yeah.
We're pretty lucky we got to see all
Like,
those
we
dudes.
should hate all those people.
Yeah.
They all play for other countries, but
Yeah.
you can't hate that shit. Like, I remember growing up, Sachin Tendulkar coming out to bat, you're like, we're fucked here.
Yeah.
But if he got out cheaply, party, he was like, fuck, like, don't get to see him, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Don't get
Don't
to
get to see
experience
him do his-
greatness.
yeah.
Yeah.
See the little master get to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought it was just interesting how there's people out there that we should hate, but
No,
we
I
love.
agree, man. I've got a couple here. In the rugby league world, my first one, bit of a different one. James Maloney.
Yep.
James Maloney is one of the biggest grubs of the
Yep.
game, I reckon. But what I
New South Welshman.
yeah, and I hated him during Origin.
Yep.
But I've always had the utmost respect for him. He has spoken about it since leaving the NRL or towards the end of his career. But he was at Melbourne
Yep.
and he couldn't get past Cooper Cronk.
Yep.
And he's always had this thing about him. And I think it's partly because Cooper's Queensland and he
Yeah.
couldn't get a start.
Yep.
But he's just had this thing on his back. And every single club that he's gone to has been successful
Yep.
when he's there. And like, I'm a bit different where a lot of people are always back the underdog and shit like that.
Yeah.
But if there's a winner, I'm like, fuck yeah, cunt. That's it. Like, to see the drive and what
Yeah,
they do and
determination and-
determination, how they bring people up with them.
Yeah.
So Jimmy Maloney has always been
Also like a larrikin. Like he'd be fun to
Yeah.
have a beer with, I reckon. Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
also Michael Ennis.
Yep. I'm going to
His-
soft spot with him because he played for the Broncos. So.
Yeah, people always forget that, man.
Yeah.
Because he went to the Bulldogs,
Yep.
then to the Sharks. Hey?
Yeah.
What I love is how he just gives it back to the crowd
Yeah.
as well.
Yep.
My favourite when he gave it back to the Canberra fans, the Viking Club.
Yeah.
He started clapping back at them.
Yeah, yeah,
He just
yeah.
does it all the time. So I've always respected him for that. Cricket I had down Vittori,
Yep.
but another one that I had down Brendan McCullum.
Yep. Big time.
Absolutely destroyed
Baz,
us for
yeah.
so many years, but you can't help but love him. I think it might also be the heat factor.
Yep.
Flintoff.
Yep. Freddie Flintoff.
Freddie's a legend, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also
these
Brisbane Heat.
Dude, as I'm thinking about this, is like just people I want to have a beer with, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And you know what? I only thought of it then, and I was a bit surprised by it. But obviously, we absolutely fucked up England in the last Ashes series here.
Yep.
But I had and I've always been pretty against like Joe Root and shit like that.
Yeah.
Ever since Warner had the altercation with him. But one thing that I really respected about the whole Ashes series was when it came out in the media that there was a bunch of the cricketers, and it included a bunch of our boys, and then there was Joe Root and I think Jimmy Anderson,
Yep.
and they got told off for being too
yeah.
loud. They're just on
Pissing
the
up,
piss till
yeah.
like 5, 6
Sun
a.m.
was up, yeah.
Just having beers together,
Yeah,
man.
fucking oath.
And like they're meant to hate each other.
Yeah.
And I just thought like that's sick that you guys have been punished that badly, but you
Had
still
the
have
spine to stick around.
yeah,
and have
exactly.
A beer.
And have
Yeah.
a beer and just have a chat, which I thought was awesome. So I always have respect for that. Like, if you're a hard competitor on the and this, it should go in any grade, any sport,
Sport,
anything
yeah.
like that. Be
Like-
a hard competitor on the field, but afterwards you should be able to have a beer
Shake
with
hands, have a
someone.
beer. It'll be interesting to see if Tom and Eddie have the spine after Manly get humped on Friday night to have a beer with us.
Well, not at the Caxton.
Not
but
at the
anyway. But yeah, it's going to be like, dude, I think I spoke about it the other week. There's a fella I played against from West, and
Yep.
every time I played against him, he's the biggest prick on the field.
Yeah.
And I had a beer with him after the game, and he is one of the biggest legends I've ever
Yeah,
met. Just
yeah.
this Kiwi fella. And
That's what it's
started
all
just
about.
asking him about all these different experiences and stuff. And I was like, fuck, this dude's a legend.
Yeah, that's what it's
But
all
I've
about.
always had this persona whenever I go up against him that, oh, fuck, I've got to play against this annoying prick.
Yeah.
But he's such
Just
a
look
fucking
forward to the
good
beers
bloke.
afterwards.
That's it, man. So I think we could all take a lesson out of that.
Yeah.
We need to
Have beers.
have beers. That is literally the lesson,
That's the
dude.
lesson.
But Das, one thing I saw throughout the week that a lot of people sort of talking about that might be a bit of a contentious thing, is it a yay or is it a nay, is gloves in rugby.
Yep.
Now, you never see it in league, but there was this phase where
Yeah.
gloves
Union.
in union was such a big thing.
Yeah.
Fingerless.
Fingerless.
Fingerless gloves. I have a confession that I bought gloves once.
Did ya?
And that was 2 seasons ago. And that's when we did the forwards v backs.
Yeah, right.
Forwards and back swap.
Yeah.
So I bought the Steve Menzies headgear. I was going to buy protection shoulder
Like,
pads.
yeah.
But I bought the fingerless gloves and the headgear, and I wore that when I was on the wing.
So for people who haven't been listening all that long, Clutzy last season basically, his whole team swapped the backs and the forwards. So
Yeah.
Clutzy, instead of packing into the scrums, was standing out on the sting
On the
where
wing.
he belongs.
It was great. So, but I thought because I just thought it was so funny to have headgear and gloves when you're on the wing. And that's nothing against wingers, but you do fuck all.
I heard Brandon Smith on a podcast today say, what's his name? James Graham asked him. They were like, "Who's like one of the biggest pests you ever played with?" He said, Ronaldo Mulatalo.
Yeah.
And he said, whenever he comes into church, I just say, "Fucking, why are you in here? Like, get back out on the wing
go
where
back
you
on the
belong."
wing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's how it should be, man. But I think we were talking to Jeeps the other week about it with the gloves. Look, should it come back or should it not? I'm of the opinion probably not, because it looks so wankerish.
Yep.
It might stick. I thought I was trying to say I saw. I saw someone the other day actually go to play the ball and they had the sticky shit
Oh,
on
dude,
there.
no,
I think
no.
it was Clemmer.
It stuck to his wristband. His tape
true.
on his
I
wrist.
thought he had the sticky.
Nah, that was fucked though.
Bro, we play with dudes who have the sticky spray.
Yeah, right. In 6th grade.
Yeah.
That's fucking
This fella,
sticky spray in 6th
we've
grade.
all
It's
tried it,
fucked.
bro. It's so
You should have
weird.
different sticky fucking shit sprayed on
well-
your hands in
yeah.
6th grade.
Because this fella used to play, this is super dribbly actually, Breddy. He's in the army.
Yeah.
And he used to play Eels under 20s.
Yeah.
And when I've been at kick-ons before, I've got up his highlights and just watched his highlights
Yeah.
of him playing Eels under 20s
Yep.
with the big Pertex sponsorship. But yeah, he had this sticky shit and it made us think like, are the gloves going to come back or do we just stick to the sticky shit or just don't do it at all? I'm of the opinion, don't do it at all.
Yeah.
Because if you can't catch, that's okay.
Yeah, that's
A lot
fine.
of cunts can't
Own
catch.
it. Own it.
Own it. Be an absolute.
I don't think gloves
Klutz.
can stay.
No.
I also don't think they would make that much difference, really.
No, I
Like,
think they're more of a deterrent as well because they get in the like.
yeah,
Imagine if they
just
fold
feel
up
weird.
and then
yeah,
you're not,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yeah, it's just.
You need to feel the fucking ball in your hands, mate. That's
And
what it's all
also,
about.
it's not that fucking cold.
Yeah, especially in fucking Brisbane.
Yeah, I know. So, gloves can fuck
Also, if
off.
it is that cold, cover your fingers.
Yeah.
Like if you're worried about being cold, surely the palm's not as important as your fingers.
No, I don't think so.
So why not wear fucking finger gloves?
Yeah.
Is that a thing, or are they just
or
normal
some
gloves?
mittens.
Mittens,
I don't know.
yeah.
Maybe we'll get mittens.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, gloves, fuck off out of here. And before we move on to our last topic, second last topic here will be a lot of talk around Sam Walker.
Yep.
Now, Sam Walker got dropped. If you guys don't know, Sam Walker's a halfback that plays rugby league for the Sydney Roosters.
He's a young. How old is he? He'd be 20.
Bro, he'd be like 20 or 21.
21. He's from Brisbane, but
Yeah.
got signed at the Roosters in Sydney.
Ipswich, we can't swear at them.
Sorry.
But his uncles and his dad, they've all played rugby league. They're legends up here. But got signed to the Roosters out of Ippy Grammar a few years ago and was in the Broncos system, I believe.
Yeah.
And he's like meant to be like one of the next best things. But he's been dropped from Sydney.
Yep.
And now it's looking like
It's a big
he's-
call.
which is massive.
He
man.
is good.
He's
Like, he might be a
good.
bit out of form, but he's young and he's fucking
He's
good.
small, bro,
Yeah.
but it's like I remember the last time a young half got dropped by the name of Thomas Dearden.
Yeah.
And he ended up going to a new club and fucking tearing up
Playing
last
Origin,
year.
being comfortable.
Obviously not having the best season this year, but he's still comfortable
Yeah.
Tom with big
Still
nuts.
comfortable, Tom. Yeah.
But Sammy Walker, it's coming out that there's a whole bunch of Queensland teams that are circling for him. And it made me think, imagine Sam Walker gets let go, signs with the Cowboys to overtake Chad Townsend, who's coming towards the end of his career.
Yep.
And then you have fucking
Comfortable
Sam
Tom.
Walker and Comfortable Tom in the halves.
Yep.
Who
The two rejects.
are the two rejects of the Broncos.
Yep.
What a storyline that would be, where it would be those two left the Broncos, now they're together at the biggest rival for the Broncos.
Dude, those two will probably end up being the Queensland half.
yeah,
pairing.
down the line.
years to come.
The
yeah.
only thing I could see happening is our little mate Ezra Mam coming in
Yeah.
and cucking one of them.
Yeah, that's true.
But otherwise, all signs are leading towards Sam Walker and Tom Dearden being the half pairing. It'd be fucked if they were together in club. But I think if I was the Cowboys, man,
Yep.
I'd be going
Get him.
hard
Get him,
after
get him,
him.
get him. Yep, for
Get
sure.
him, pair him with him. It'd be so sick.
Yep.
But yeah, as you said, man, he's young. He's up and coming.
He's hot. Yeah.
And if you're hot in rugby league, you know you're going to do
Counts.
well.
Yeah, big time.
It counts a lot.
Name a good player who's not hot. You can't. You can't.
Sorry,
they
I
don't
can't.
exist.
I
yeah,
can't.
yeah, they don't
That
exist.
was a long pause because I
Yeah.
can't. They
That's
don't
Clutzy
exist.
racking his brain. He just ran through every player in the NRL. on
Marco
contract.
Mealy, hot as fuck.
Hot as fuck.
Hot as fuck.
Very good too.
Very good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Sammy Walker, I really think should go to the Cowboys. I'd love to see it.
Yeah. Outback Sam.
And if it happens, you
Outback
heard it here
Sam.
first.
Outback Sam and Comfortable Tom.
Wow.
Sounds like a restaurant.
Yeah,
We could start a chain up there.
that'd be lovely.
Yeah, it would be delicious.
Instead of the Mad Cow, it's
Comfortable
Outback Sam
Tom.
and Comfortable Tom. Wow. I like it. Last but not least, the NFL draft just happened.
Yep.
It was fucking, it is what it is.
Yep.
It's a big event. It was in Kansas this
So
year.
for me, because I don't have the greatest of NFL knowledge. These
Yep.
guys all play college football.
Yep.
And then teams, based on where they finish in the NFL this year,
Yeah.
get seeded of their choices, and they get to go through and choose
Yep.
the players from college
So
who
there's
are graduating.
there's 7 rounds, 32 teams, so 32 picks in each round.
Yep.
Although this year someone had to forfeit their first round picks, there was only 31 picks.
Yep.
You also get extra picks based on if teams lost a lot of people to free agency,
Yep.
they'll get extra picks to compensate for the talent they've lost.
Okay.
But they also base that on what you've signed. Now you can trade your picks and shit like that. So there was like some teams, man, they
So you could trade your players for picks.
you could trade your players for picks.
Yep.
So first round picks obviously worth heaps because it's the best
Yeah,
talent
you get
available.
to pick the best player. Yeah.
The Seahawks, who had a pretty decent season unexpectedly last year, traded away their quarterback 2 seasons ago, or 1 season ago, Russell Wilson. It was a massive trade. They got a first round pick from Denver. It was expected that Russell Wilson would be good, yeah.
Yeah.
Played like shit. They were one of the worst teams in the comp.
So now Denver lose their first round pick and they don't have a good quarterback.
and they don't have a good quarterback. The Seahawks ended up getting someone cheaper, doing quite well.
And now they've got a first round pick.
And now they've got, they still had their original first round pick,
Yeah.
which is around mid range, I believe. And then I think they picked up like the 4th or 5th pick,
Yeah.
something like that.
so they're getting 2
So
fucking
now,
gun players.
so that's how it can happen.
Yeah,
So you got to
yeah,
be
yeah.
really careful. But the draft is all these college players coming in. They haven't played professional before. They're either seniors or I think when you're at the end of your 2nd year or 3rd year, you can choose to opt out of playing.
Yep.
Go into the draft.
Yep.
But if you're not drafted, you can't go back and play college ball.
Yeah,
So
okay,
it's a
yeah.
bit of a risk.
Yeah.
Anyway, one of my favorite things that comes from it is the names.
Yeah.
And there's so many different names over there that my favorite from recent memory was, I believe, back in 2012, and it was Clinton Dix. What a
What?
name.
That's his name.
So I think his first name was Hashan.
Yeah. Abbreviated.
Yeah, Hasean.
Yeah.
But he went as So he was Clinton Dix. Great name.
That is
Great name.
unbelievable.
So there's just all these different ones that came out. I'll tell you which one my favorite one is when we get to it. But Devon Witherspoon.
Yeah.
It just made me giggle because I imagined you eating Devon with the spoon instead of like with
Without a
knife
spoon.
and fork. Or,
Just
yeah.
jumping on the
Just-
sausage.
But that was a good one. Kalijah Cansey. Kalijah.
Wow.
Calijah. This one here, I'm bringing Jartavius,
Yeah, okay.
which you might think is a weird name.
Yeah,
but
it is.
the amount of Jartaviuses or Jarvises that pop up
Jarvis, yeah, okay.
is ridiculous. But Jartavius. The next one was so close to the ultimate last name ever. Luke Schoonmaker.
Oh, that is
Imagine if
good.
you were Schoonermaker in college, bro.
Schoonermaker. I wonder if they drink schooners over there. Probably not, but
Probably not. Probably just chug Bud Lights
Yeah.
with their bros. Osiris Torrance.
Osiris. That's a last name,
apostrophe
bro.
Cyrus.
That's a last name.
Is that not ridiculous?
That is ridiculous, yeah.
So the apostrophes get a good run in this as well.
Yeah.
So like yours isn't looking that bad.
Yeah.
Juice Scruggs.
Juice is his
Juice.
first name.
Juice. Juice. Tank Dell. There was also a tank. Another tank later on. This is my favorite. Yaya Diaby. Yaya. How sick is that?
That is sick.
I'm a big fan of Yaya. G.A. Bigsby. There's an apostrophe in there. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I thought it was sick. Demarvion Overshone.
Yeah, right.
I like that the last name's Overshone,
Overshone,
but Demarvion's also good. Adetomawa Adebawa. It's just fucking...
Yeah,
what
there's
I
no
thought-
chance I'm spelling that.
And the commentators,
Yeah.
like, good luck getting
Yeah,
used to
fucking
that
hell.
one. City So.
Yep, I like that.
Yeah, why's your city so shit?
Why'd your city so good?
Yeah. Servokia.
Yep,
That's
interesting.
his first name is Servokia.
Yep.
But the best thing about that was the V is capitalized as well.
Sure.
So it's one word or two words
With
put
the
together
capital
with the
V,
capitals.
middle of it.
Olu Watimi. I
That's
just like the
cool.
feel of Olu.
Yep.
Caillou.
Yep.
And it just made me think of the little bald kid that you used to watch as a kid.
Nah, lost
Did you
me.
ever see Caillou?
Nah.
Weird show.
What if he's named after that kid?
Could have been.
Could have been.
Possible relation to Brian Toto here with a bit of a stutter, but Henry Toto.
Yeah, nice. The double.
Yeah.
Toto squared.
Trell Clark. It's KEI''TRLE.
Latrell's brother.
Trevius.
Yep.
TRE''VIUS. Titus Leo.
Titus.
Titus is
strong.
such a... And dude, he's
That's a
like
strong name.
I had a look. He's a linebacker and he's just this big, solid dude.
Yeah.
I was like, you just got hit by
Respect.
Titus.
Yeah,
It
respect.
would have been sick if the Titans drafted Titus,
Titus.
but I don't think that happened. Zach Kuntz.
With a K?
Yeah, with a K. KUNTZ. That's
sick.
just self-explanatory.
That's so sick.
You just get hit by cunts.
Yeah, cunts.
Cunts. Cunts. Cunts down the sideline.
What a
Cunts
hit
with
by
the
cunt.
touchdown. Yeah. Cunts drops. Dwayne.
Dwayne, yeah.
Dwayne.
Not Wayne.
Not Wayne, but
Dwayne.
Dwayne. And that was it.
What
But
a list.
if you guys are ever bored and you want to go have a look at some good shit, it went around years ago, but Key and Peele used to do the North v South
Yep.
conference, and they just used to get some of the names and get like real weird.
Yeah.
They'd make up their own ones, but then they get some of the boys that were playing in the NFL or that were being drafted, and they get them to come in and say their own names.
Yeah, right.
The best one was after the Ron skit. They got Rogers to come in, and he's like standing there. He's like, Ron Rodgers. So good.
That's about all we got time for this week.
It is.
Thanks for listening. If you're in Brizzy this weekend and you already know about it, Magic Round, Saturday, Sunday, there's plenty happening. Come and find us. We'll be in and around the Caxton all weekend. There's heaps of fucking people who are going to be here as well. Lots of guys from Sydney coming up.
Yep.
Potentially someone from Gladstone flying in for our live show.
Maybe.
Don't know. You can put
Maybe.
two and two together. It's going to be an alpha show though, so
Yep.
get keen for that.
will be.
But we'll see you guys next week for Blowing the Froth Off on Monday. And we're actually going to be recording on Monday our Wednesday show, and we'll both probably be pretty fucking dusty.
Yeah, I'm not keen to be
On the piss
perfectly
next
honest.
week should be good.
On the piss.
Oh, we will be on the
If
piss.
it's anything like last year, probably won't be able to talk.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Anyway,
my Sunday.
thanks for listening. Bye-bye.